All right. I think it's going to work this time for real. It's recording. It's recording. And I have what I need. Hey, Don.
Hey, sweetie.
All right. I'm going to make this shift from Facebook because they won't let me be great. And I got other things to do. It took me 15 minutes to get this live going. But we are here. I just want to turn off the chimes.
Okay.
So let me do that really quick. And then I'm going to go back into teaching mode. That's the chat. That's the share. Okay, I'm going to do that. All right, let's rock and roll. So I've been reading Florence Schovel Shinn and her complete works. You can get that through our Amazon store if you're not familiar with her works. But she talks about the psychology of superstitions. And I want to lay the foundation for this conversation with this thought. I want you to get clear that God does not need any time and God is never late. God does not need any time and God is never late. God does not need any time and God is never late. Sometimes we get into the spin of superstitions because of our fear that something is not working the way we thought it should and we're going to run out of time. Therefore, I need to do something outside of myself to try to access the power that I am forgetting is inside of me. And so Florence Schovel Shinn really lays this out for us by giving an example of these two guys who had invested in a lucky monkey, right? These two guys were in business together and they came on hard times in their business. They were having a run of several months, actually, of difficulty. And so they invested in this lucky ornament, this lucky monkey, and they thought everything would go well again, right? And so they start putting lucky monkeys everywhere. But they forgot that you, as a human being who is the embodiment of the divine, you have the power to forgive and neutralize your own mistakes. And so we use these external things, and it's different for everybody. For these brothers, it was a lucky monkey. For some of us, it's 7-day candles. For some of us, it is crystals. For some of us, we think that it is these things outside of ourselves that give us the power. And that is the work of your subconscious mind. You have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your superconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the part of your mind that expresses itself without direction. It expresses your power without clear direction. Your subconscious mind expresses your power without clear direction. Your conscious mind, everybody knows what that does. You're engaged, you're present. Your superconscious mind is your divine mind. That is the part of your mind that is your God consciousness or your Christ consciousness. That is the part of your mind that already knows how all of this works and knows that God does not need any time and God is never late. What activates the leading of your subconscious mind? Fear. When you get afraid, when you get stuck, when you get outside of your own belief system and you begin to contradict yourself, you say you believe one thing, but your behavior is the complete opposite. You say something is your priority, but you're not really making it your priority. You say something is important to you, but your behavior and your lifestyle does not reflect what you say is true. You give dominion to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind begins to do things and lead you in ideas that aren't real. The subconscious mind and learning how to put it in its proper position is what I call shadow work. We talked about that in the last live, about shadow work. And so you got to be able to know how to access the parts of your mind at the times you need them the most. So the subconscious mind had these brothers trusting in this lucky monkey to transform their business. And they were trying to take careful care of these lucky monkeys. And when these lucky monkeys had fell in the street, they were panicking like, oh no, we have to treat it with this special care. Because if I don't take care of this lucky monkey, then my business isn't going to be able to excel and succeed. But you need to know that if you don't take care of your damn self, your business ain't going to succeed. How about that? How about you are the lucky monkey? You are it. You are the missing piece to your puzzle. So Florence was breaking this down, and this was an important read for me this week, because as I was sharing in a live before we got interrupted, I was sharing how I literally have been in a space where I've been asking, is the devil real? Do I really have an adversary in spirit? I know God is real. That's not a question for me. But what about the devil? I grew up hearing my grandmother praying, rebuke the devil. But do I need to rebuke the devil? What do I need to rebuke? Why are things not going the way I want? And Florence said this: there are not two powers. There is only one. This gonna bless somebody. There are not two powers. There is only one. That one power is God. Therefore, there are no disappointments. There are not two powers. To say that evil and this devil, the idea of a devil, and I've been reading different religious views about the devil as well. To say that is to say that there is a power that can actually work in contradiction to the power of God. But there really is only one power, and that is God. And God takes residence in us. And so then Florence says, nothing stands between man and his highest ideals. Nothing. And every desire of his heart. Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals and every desire of his heart, but doubt and fear. When man can wish without worrying, every desire will be instantly fulfilled. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the devil is my doubts and fears? You mean to tell me that the adversary is in my subconscious? You mean to tell me that all of this projecting out and wanting to curse that and I need to clear that out because that's coming against me is actually a reflection of what is uncontrolled and unrecognized and unaddressed within me? Yeah. What if there's only one power, and that one power aligned with you the very moment you hit earth and took your first breath? Then do you realize that you have the power to activate the law of forgiveness and neutralize any mistakes you think you have made? And what does that do for your understanding of yourself and your understanding of what's happening in your life? So she gave another example in contrast to the two brothers who had started failing in their business. There was a woman who also was having difficulty in her life financially, and she got quiet with herself and she went within and she began to affirm and speak life and use the power of her spoken word to decree and declare certain things over her life. And instead of looking for something outside of herself, she used what she could find inside of herself to begin to transform what looked dark. And as the woman was going through this process, she asked Florence as she was getting counsel, how long do I have to stay in the dark? And Florence's response to her blessed me. She said, until you can see in the dark. Oh! See, now y'all get to see when I want to shout. This is my sit down shout. Y'all like that? Somebody turn that into a GIF. You've been sitting here asking, well, God, when is it going to turn? When are you going to see what you need to see right where you are? You keep waiting for the circumstances and the experience to change. Open your eyes. You're going to stay in the dark. You're going to stay in your shadow self until you can see in the dark and understand the power of what it is that you see. The power of recognizing your contradictions, the power of recognizing how you project things, the power of seeing that, dag, there's a part of me that does not keep my word. There's a part of me that doesn't know how to live up to my highest potential, and I'm going to love her fiercely. I'm not going to judge her because I understand that there are different laws that govern the universe. And when I am under the law of forgiveness, you know, there's a principle that says you reap what you sow. But that is actually under the law of karma. Don't miss this. If you got to take notes, I don't want you to lose these nuggets. That's under the law of karma. Okay? Under the law of karma, you reap what you sow. But under the law of forgiveness, you'll reap things you haven't even sown. That sounds like favor. You will reap things you have not sown because you are plugging into the vibration called grace. You are recognizing that Earth is the classroom and that at any given moment, I can shift into my super consciousness, into my divine mind, and create whatever the hell I need. Oh, get your freedom. One of the mantras that Florence uses is, I now smash and demolish every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records through the Christ within, the records of health, the records of wealth, the records of love, and the records of my perfect self. I now smash and demolish every untrue record in my subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious mind is the demonstration of the power of your mind without direction. You all over the place. You lighting candles over here. You taking spiritual baths over here. You're doing all of these external things, which are not bad things to do. I do all of that stuff myself. However, no moment in my life has been more powerful than the moments in my life where I go deep within. And out of my belly flows the words of life about my life. And in those moments, I have literally witnessed myself speak things into existence. Because now I'm going into my super conscious mind, my divine mind, and pulling out what is my divine birthright: joy, abundance, health, wellness. Okay? Y'all take that in. I now smash and demolish every untrue record in my subconscious mind. My God, smash and demolish? That's like wiping the motherboard clean. Reset. So it's not important. It's not okay to just be aware of the layers of your mind, but not start practicing how to use the different aspects of your mind. There's a place for your conscious mind. There's a place for your subconscious mind. There's a place for the super consciousness that you need, that divine mind. So if a lot of fear is coming up for you, and I'm quoting Florence Schovel Shinn from her collection of work. She wrote The Game of Life, The Power of the Spoken Word. I mean, she's been out for a long time. Okay, Florence Schovel Shinn. She says, if you are afraid, you are giving into a belief in two powers, good and evil, instead of one. As God is absolute, there can be no opposing power. Woo! Oh, I get so excited over this, y'all. I'm trying to contain myself so I can get through this because I got to go get my baby soon. Whew. As God is absolute, there can be no opposing power unless man makes the false evil for himself. To show you believe in only one power, God, and that there is no power or reality in evil, move forward in your truth. So let me tell you what I learned about ladders. And this is in the context of what I just read to you. She gives this example about a friend of hers who had a valid fear of ladders. She said, "You will never catch me walking under a ladder. They terrify me. It's just not going to happen." And so Florence told her this: you believe in two powers when there's only one. And if you really want to get back to the truth, which is that there is only one power, which is God, who is absolute, the next time you see a ladder, you're going to walk under it. Her friend was like, "You don't know me like that." But guess what happened? Soon after this conversation with Florence, she went to her bank and she wanted to open her safety deposit vault. And guess what was standing right in front of her safety deposit vault? A ladder. And so she panicked and she began to leave. She had a valid fear of ladders. And so right when she was getting ready to leave the bank, she could hear Florence on her shoulder saying, "The next time you see a ladder, walk under it if you really want to know what absolute power is." So she goes back into the bank and she faced her lion and she walked under the ladder. You know what she activated when she did that? The law of non-resistance. Y'all get these universal laws so you understand what you're dealing with and what you need to call in when you're going through different things in your life. She activated the law of non-resistance. Someone once said that courage contains genius and magic. If you face a situation fearlessly, you discover there is no situation to face. Oh, who want to shout? Come on, come on. This is my shout right here. Y'all like it? Face a situation fearlessly, and you will discover there is no situation to face. It falls away of its own weight. So Florence breaks this down. She said her friend attracted the ladder on her pathway because of her fear, and her fearlessness removed it. I know I can't hear y'all, and I know y'all shout. Matter of fact, I'm going to unmute all of y'all so I can hear your shout. I want to hear it. Go ahead and let it out.
Yes, Hunter, yes! Woo-woo!
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
My goodness.
You face a situation fearlessly, and there's no situation to face. So this is the last piece, and I'm going to let y'all feast on this, and then I got to come back another day and bring the rest. The invisible forces are ever working for man, who is always pulling the strings himself, though he doesn't know it. Owing to the vibratory power of words, whatever man voices, he begins to attract. People who continually speak of disease invariably attract it. People who are always talking about, "I don't have enough." You will never have enough. People who are always talking about being broke. You just don't know how powerful you are. Be careful with your words. Remember that affirmation that Florence gave us: "I now smash and demolish every untrue record in my subconscious mind." Your subconscious mind is going to do its job. There's a reason why you have it. Maybe the reason you have a subconscious mind is so that you will learn the power of your superconscious mind and learn how to balance it all. So whatever devil or adverse energy you've been looking for, I'm going to say this to you, and then I'm going to bounce. You're going to find it within yourself. So all that energy you be using to rebuke the devourer, you don't even realize you're rebuking aspects of yourself.
Wow. Wow.
Because, baby, there are not two powers, there's one, and it's absolute.
You know, the Course in Miracles says the same thing.
Come
Every
on, Mama Rosa, give it to me.
imagination, even the things that we see with our eyes, they are not really there. We made them up. So when we get down to all those fears, those are all make-believe fears.
Mm-hmm.
Is to empower that they're not real. It's all in your subconscious, and your subconscious doesn't know real from unreal.
Come on.
It doesn't know that. We have to do that super consciousness because there's truly only one power. And when we fear something, that's a fear of separation. And there is no separation from the Holy Spirit, from God, from the source creator, from the universal God, from Allah, whoever you think or name you've given that power. One power. And when you fear it, the truth is separation. You are feeling separate from the power that is invoked in us.
Come on. And this for me was deeply satisfying and simplifying of my spiritual practice. Because I really only care about God. And so I was asking myself, why am I thinking about the devil? And the reason why I started asking, is the devil real? After coming out of, religious dogma and indoctrination, was because I was really sitting down in my fears. So that was the only reason I even asked the question. Because the reality is God is real. And that I know. And that power I am very familiar with. And I was asking my friend Doreen, y'all know Doreen, I call her the bishop of the womb sign. I was like, Doreen, if the devil is real, why would God, who is all powerful, allow any dominion in my life? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not logical. If I give my life over to something higher, then why would that highest power then put me in a position? It was all an illusion.
Yes, that's the key word.
And it was all an illusion. It is something that I made up in my mind to justify the shadow part of me that I had given reign. And if you really want to integrate your higher self and your lower self, what you will do is look for the devil that is inside your mind. Okay? That's what you'll do. You'll look for the devil that is inside your mind and learn what to do with that devil.
Right.
Instead of constantly taking your energy outside of yourself to try to figure out what to do with things and experiences. This is the last nugget on what I was reading from Florence this week. She was talking to a metaphysician, and the metaphysician said, I used to go around baptizing children, and they all had different names. He said, but I've stopped baptizing children, and I baptize events, and they all have the same name. Woo! Thing. Woo, it's so rich. He said, so when I have a failure in my life, I baptize it as success in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Ghost. When I have a disappointment, I'll baptize it as it's okay in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Ghost. When I have pain, I'll baptize it as healing in the name. He said, I don't baptize children anymore. I baptize events in my life. I don't know who needed to hear this, and I don't have enough time to preach this the way I'm feeling it, but I will tell you that you need to go deeper within yourself and really connect to that dark energy that you're feeling and stop thinking it's about anybody else but you. It all begins and ends with you. God birthed you and brought you to earth so you could remember how powerful you are and what is inside of you. All of what is inside of you. I gotta go. Y'all gonna make me late. No, y'all not. I need to be on time. But I'm glad. I kind of like Zoom because I like seeing everybody's faces. What I do miss about the live is the immediate interaction and people being able to pop in. So it's a little different. I'll figure it out. I'll keep playing with some platforms to see what we can do to get more stable connections. But I like that we were not interrupted here. And so I appreciate that. I'm going to post the recording in our group so the other sisters can catch it. And any thoughts that come up for you after this conversation, post it underneath that. so we can continue the dialogue. Fair enough?
There is a
Love
platform.
y'all. Enjoy your day.
All right now.